Previously on Evention, we introduced the off-the-track Thoroughbred, or OTTB, and talked about why they can make good event horses. We discussed some tips before purchasing an OTTB and some common behaviours. We also looked at preparing your OTTB for his retraining. This week in part 2, we discussed beginning retraining and 3 common challenges with each discipline and some ideas to improve them. G'day guys, and welcome to Evention and our special 3-part series, How to Train Your OTTB. This is part 2 of the series, where we're going to focus on beginning your horse's retraining under saddle. So we're going to go through 3 common problems that you may experience with your off-the-track Thoroughbred when you begin his flat work. The first one is teaching the horse to understand what a leg aid is and moving away from the legs. At the track, when you ride him and you've got your ankles up around your ears somewhere, the horse doesn't ever have to really understand what the leg aids mean, but as soon as he begins his dressage, it's going to be very important. So take the time to use some exercises to teach the horse to yield away from your leg, even if it's just leg yield at the walk, and then you've got some tools to use. The second common challenge that you'll have with an off-the-track Thoroughbred is the horse carrying his head quite high with a very stiff neck. And in his gallop work, a lot of the times he doesn't have to ever really flex, he just kind of braces and holds rather than really softens from side to side. So now with the new aids that you've created by being able to move him around with your legs, you can then follow on with flexing him in the neck and hopefully starting to get some more movement through those muscles. And then with that, he should then soften and start to lower his poll. Our last common challenge is our OTTB only wanting to canter one direction. This one's a bit of a no-brainer. If you constantly go left all the time, you're going to want to go left. So when you're teaching him to pick up the right canter lead, check out our other video on getting the correct lead for some extra special tips for that. And hopefully as you tackle some of these issues and put them all together, you're going to start producing a nicer picture with the horse and he's going to start to get the idea. All right, let's head to a Schrammo shout out. Today's shout out goes to Mylestone Equine Rescue located in Pahatcong, New Jersey. They currently have 37 rescued horses in their care and they can use all the help they can get. Check them out at www.mylestone.org, and that's Mylestone with a Y. Welcome back guys. Let's take a look at some issues with an OTTB and the jumping. Your first common challenge is your horse getting fast and tense to the jumps. If that's happening to you, it may be a good idea just to get back to basics and put some rails on the ground. A lot of OTTBs aren't terribly balanced in their canter, so by putting the poles on the ground in a circle type shape, you can jump them over and over again, let the horse become more relaxed and also more balanced in his canter. Common challenge number 2 is the horse being very spooky. Basically, there's no other way to fix this other than exposing your horse to as many new things as you can. Remember, it doesn't have to be jumped over. Even as you're doing your flat work, you can be riding around scary things, placing them in different parts of the arena, and just getting your horse used to the unexpected. Common challenge number 3, straightness and wavering into the lines. Now that we're jumping, the horse must learn to be straight. As you're coming into fences, if you feel him wavering on his line, remember that forwardness equals straightness. We can also use tools such as these train track poles to help guide him to stay straight and learn to jump correctly. All right, let's head to an Evention tip of the day.
All right guys, my tip of the day is to use hoof foil, not just on the outside of their feet, but on their soles as well. Especially when we head into summer, their feet start to get really dry, and you want to make sure that the soles of their feet aren't getting too dry as well. So you just want to pick out their feet as usual, and then just put a little bit of hoof oil all on the soles of their feet and all around their frogs. All right, everybody, back to the action.
Welcome back, guys. Our last section focuses on hacking and introducing elements of cross-country. Common challenge number 1 is open space anxiety. As you leave the confines of the arena, your thoroughbred may start to get a little amped up when he sees an open field in front of him. The best thing you can do is just gently expose him to this and try and remain as relaxed as a rider as possible. You tensing up and holding onto the rein is only going to make the problem worse. Repetition and consistently getting more softer reaction from this will help improve the horse. Common challenge number 2 is introducing a thoroughbred to water for the first time. We do have a video already on introducing horses to the water. You can check it out here. But basically it's patience, staying straight, and setting yourself up for success. If you need an extra horse to help give you a lead, that's fine, but certainly don't be in a hurry to get the horse in. Act as though you have all day, and just take your time, and eventually you'll be able to successfully school your thoroughbred to confidently go through water. Common challenge number 3, jigging. We've all been there and we all hate it. However, the best thing you can do is just relax your body and your back and just sit as quietly on the horse as possible. The more you tense up and bounce and hold with the reins, the worse the jigging will get. Now remember, a thoroughbred can jig for hours and hours and hours, so just try and relax in this problem rather than force another reaction, as you'll only make him get stressed out. Okay guys, hope you found some of these tips helpful in retraining your OTTB. Remember, anything you can do to keep the horse relaxed so that his brain keeps functioning is going to help him make better decisions, and you're going to be on the right track. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned next week for our final installment on how to train your OTTB. See ya.